The I-back and fullback and flanker and wide. So the Bolton's back deep to receive as Gonzalez gets it in the air. It's going to be taken by Bob Bolton at about the 10-yard line. Bolton to the right side on a slant to the 15 and 20, and he is upended at the 20-yard line. Backfield for Hastings as Alan Pope brings him up first down and 10 from the 22-yard line, operating out of the I formation. The handoff goes right up the middle about Bolton, and Bolton cannot find 25-yard line as they come up again out of a power set formation, and Pogue rolls to the right side, gets to the corner and turns it up himself. He is going to be smothered as he gets wide to the left side. Three backs in the backfield behind Alan Pogue. In a power I formation with the power set to the right side of the field. Movement in the backfield, and the Broncos are turned loose. Wildering is into the backfield now for Dana. They operate on the option down the near side. Pogue coming on the option. He is wrapped up by Bob Neville and slung to the ground from about his own 12-yard lines. The Broncos should have pretty good field position. The pass rush not on. Betts hangs it up, and waving for a fair catch is Frank Ray at his 49. And Frank Ray, the wide receiver. Rob Parrish is the tight end. Washington in motion out of the slot on the right side as Osborne fumbles the football, and it is recovered by Dent at the 41-yard line. Osborne formation calling signals. Stewart in a slot on the right side, Sanders way wide. Dahm, the tight end, on the left side nearest us, and they hand off to the tailback. Stewart wide to the right side, Sanders comes wide to the left side, and only one back left in the backfield. As Pogue rolls out, he's being pressured by Neville. Gets away from Neville, but can't get away from A.J. McDonald. He's going to be sacked. Fancy backfield. Two setbacks as Pogue steps back, 7-step drop, looks long. The left-hander fires over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Kirk Goodnight. Of Brian Betts. Betts from his own 45-yard line. Again, a great punt, hangs it up. Ray drops back to the 10, comes to the right side after he pulls it down, slips a tackle, he's crossed 15, 20, he's got some speed, he's to the 25 and 30, and tripped up as he crossed. Mike Osborne. Osborne looks out to Frank Ray and now looks over the defense and barks out the signals. They hand off to Hosick up the middle. The fullback rambles. He's across the 45 and out to midfield. All game, we are just underway. Ray and Washington split out wide to the left side. They hand off to Hosick again, and he is drilled before he can take a step. Stepping nearest us, and Ray goes wide to the left side. And Osborne gives it to the tailback, Tommy Lee, and Lee straight up the middle across the right side, the short side of the field nearest us, and Ray goes wide to the left side. As Mike Osborne takes a long time at the line of scrimmage, might have been changing it up, gives it to Tom Lee. Lee a slant across the right side. Looks like he's got the first. Hosick, and the Broncos jump on the left side. And so Ray and Washington wide to the right side. Now Washington goes in motion back to the far side of the field. And the handoff to Tom Lee. Big hole left side following Rob Parrish. He's got about 5 yards back side as well. Lionel Washington comes wide to the right. Ray's got single coverage. Now they roll up double coverage on the left side. Osborne looks right, hands off to Hosick. Hosick up the middle, slips a tackle, gets to the left side. He's inside the 30 and down to a field away from us, and Washington comes way out wide to the right side. Hosick and Lee still stacked in that I formation. And the handoff to Tom Lee, looking for some place to go, and at that time, 6-pound sophomore from Broomfield, Colorado. Osborne going to throw for the first time, rolls right, lets it go, intended for third down and long. Washington comes wide to the right side as Mike Osborne barks out signals. Going to put it in the air again. Straight drop, floats it out to Tom Lee, has it on his fingertips, takes it behind Klein, cuts inside, and moves it down inside in the backfield. Osborne keeps it himself straight ahead. Quarterback keep, first down to the 15-yard line. Puts Washington in the slot on the left side. Now Washington comes back to the near side in motion. As Osborne takes a long time, fakes it to the left, on the counter back to the right side. Tom Lee hit once, and be the two running backs, or the two halfbacks, Lee and Colbert. Now Lee shifts back into the I formation, power set to the left side. Colbert with the block, Lee with the football, gets to the outside, touchdown! Touchdown, Hastings Cup. And Fisher on the year, 12 out of 14 as Fisher playing his first season of college football. The kick is up, the end-over-ender is right down.
Holt Truck and Trailer specialize in complete parts and service for Cummins, Caterpillar, and Detroit diesel engines. Holt Truck and Trailer on West Highway 6, Hastings.
Tom Miller with the wide side of the field. Paul Sanders goes wide to the right side. As Alan Pogue with Bolton and Hanson stacked in the I behind him. And Pogue on first down and 10 from his own 20-yard line. Gives the ball to Hanson, and Hanson trying to find some running room right straight up the middle. And Dana, Bruce Stewart splits out wide. Broncos show blitz on second down and 8 yards to go. The handoff goes up the middle, and trying to find some place to run is splits out wide to the left side, and Pogue Steps back, going to put it up. The left-hander looks right, goes back to the left side. It is nearly picked off by Scott Weber. It's incomplete. And with 2:41 left to play, the Broncos will get it back again near midfield. Well, the kick by Betts is a bad one as he shanks it, sends it straight up the chute, and it comes back down. It's going to be downed by Dana at about the finger, and Dan Blanford in the backfield now. Blanford from a split back position shifts back into the eye, and Danny Blanford will get his first carry, and Blanford slants across the left side line of Dana. Washington in motion from slot left back to the near side. Hosick back in the football game at fullback. The handoff goes to Clint Hosick, and Hosick tripped up as he started across the line of scrimmage. And Frank Ray goes wide to the left side. The short side of the field away from us. Back still stacked in the eye, and Dan Lee behind Hosick, and Washington both wide right now. Washington in motion back to the far side of the field, and Osborne gives it to Danny Blanford again. Left side, bangs in there, and he's got one more play for the Broncos. Washington right, Ray left. Hosick and Blanford stacked in the eye as Mike Osborne takes his time calling out signals, gives it to Danny Blanford, starts inside, goes outside. He's down to the 10-yard line, slips a tackle, down to the 5, and out of bounds inside the 5. About 6 minutes. So Osborne with that power set formation. Dan Blanford starts inside. They cut him off, goes outside, slips a tackle, heads for the corner, cuts in, touchdown, Danny Blanford. Ray will put it on the ground, and Fisher will put it in the air. It is 14. Or check that, they wave it off. They say it was wild, kicking off into the teeth of this wind, which is about 20 miles an hour. It's a low sailor across the top of the ground, going to be picked up at the 25-yard line by one of the up-backs, Bruce Stewart, and Stewart trying to get to the far side of the field will get it to practically zero. Pro set formation, double wide each side. As they have a motion man, and going up the middle with the footballs, Bob Bolton, and Bolton lines up wing left. Pogue, straight drop. Looks out to the near side, comes this way to Stewart. 26 for better than 400 yards on the year. They fake the handoff up the middle. Pogue rolls to the left side. Eugene Pissinger out there to slow him down. They go long down the left side. It is incomplete. That's last time shanked one. And 14 minutes left to go. Ray standing back at about the 15-yard line to receive it. Low snap from center, but Betts will get the kick away. Shanks this one. Off the side of his foot, comes to the right side of the field, hits on the Bronco 40 and takes a Dana bounce all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Congratulations,
Taylor. He's been moved in from the slot back or flanker position, and Lionel Washington is playing that. Washington split out wide to the right side. Dan Blanford gets the call, turns it to the outside, can't get to the corner, is tripped up and goes down. He will field away from us, and Osborne fumbles the snap from center once again, and it is recovered by Dana for a second time. It is Scott Walker. 13:06 left to play here in the second quarter. And Pogue with the back split, fakes it up the middle and rolls to the left. Plants now and throws it down the left side. Hash mark intended for Dom the top. But out wide to the right side is Trevor Peck, who's into the ball game now. Sanders splits out wide to the left. There's some miscommunication somewhere, and Charlie Turry flanked out to the right side. Tied in as Pogue straight back, looks long downfield, throws it down the middle. It is incomplete. It was intended for Brian Bennett. Spotted down at the 27-yard line, so it'll be a 37-yard attempt. Weber, a straight-on kicker. Off the tee, the kick is up, sails right through the upright. Blanford and Tom Lee are both back deep. So the Broncos with 12 minutes to work here in the period will wait the kick off. It is sailing to the far side, and Danny Blanford hauls it in at about the 5, comes to the near side following Tommy Lee. He's got an alley if he can get to it. He slips a tackle at the 20. He's out to the 25, and that's going to be about all. As they step it out, it will be at about the 13-yard line. And any place they've been on the afternoon. Tom Lee back in at tailback for the Broncos as he gets the call from quarterback Mike Osborne, and Tom Lee blew the stick back from the original line of scrimmage a little bit. Dana showing blitz on the play, back out of it, and the handoff to Dan Heidinger, the fullback, and Heidinger came in to replace Hosick. Osborne rolls right, throws on the run. He's got it completed at the 25-yard line, and operating outside the 30 now. Colbert in motion out of the power formation to the near side. The flip goes deep to Tom Lee, and Lee trying to fight his. Here comes wide to the left side. Lee stacked in the eye, the power formation to the near side, and on a counter back to the far side, Matt Colbert. He's in a race to the corner. He gets to the outside, but is going to be dropped. Efficient, only they set the power to the right side, the short side of the field away from us. And they fake the handoff to Lee. Osborne rolls to the near side, tucks it in, going to run, and he is run down by Killinger. Dana College Vikings is Bob Bolton. Fisher to punt it away. Fisher had a great day a week ago. Short drop. Fisher puts it up in the wind. Hits on the 50-yard line and is going to be down by Todd Fabian a little bit. Since game time started, it wasn't great at game time at 34 degrees. The Vikings at the line of scrimmage, and Pogue, a long time with the count, gives the ball off to Brian, however you want to look at it, from midfield. Receivers everywhere for Alan Pogue. Pogue has some pressure, floats it out of the backfield, intended for Bolton. He cannot quite in the backfield. Pro set formation, quick snap, and flags are everywhere. And Hansen split in the backfield. On third down and long, Pogue straight back. Looking long down the middle, and he's going to be sacked by Paul. Brian Betts, and Betts will get it away from his own 30-yard line. Gets his toe into it, hangs it up, and Frank Ray takes it at the 20. Heads to the right side, return right, cuts back inside, gets to the 25, out to the 30, and across the 30-yard line, and the Broncos, Colbert and Heidinger in the backfield, and the handoff goes to Tom Lee, and Lee cannot find any running room. Stepping in behind the blocking was linebacker. I formation, power to the left side, and the handoff goes up the middle to Dan Heidinger, and Heidinger with some run. Ray comes left, the backfield loads up to the right side, the short side of the field. As Osborne barks out signals and hands off to Lee, and he follows Colbert and Heidinger, and he gets it to about the 35 to receive. Tom Bolton also back there. So Fisher takes a long time at the line of scrimmage, trying to draw the opposition off. They don't bite, so Fisher will punt it away and gets a great kick into the wind. Bolton waits for a fair catch and takes it back to the 28-yard line. You're not able to get things unlocked and going today for the Vikings. Back stacked in the I formation behind him, and on a fake up the middle, they go to the option to Hansen, and Hansen gets to the outside and turns it up and has yardage out to the 35 and beyond before the safeties. I formation by the Dana College Vikings from their own 37-yard line, and movement on the right side, jumping out, goes wide to the left. And Hansen moves out on a wing left side, far side of the field away from us. Lone setback is Bolton, and Bolton tried to find some running room up. Scrimmage, just three backs as Alan Pogue out of the I formation, fakes it to the first man, gives to Hansen, has some room on the corner, gets to the outside, and is going to be wrestled to the ground. Going to go for it on fourth down. As Pogue calls his own number and tries to go straight ahead, playing up on the line. Pogue back to pass on first down and 10, and drills it across the middle, and is picked off by Del Richmond at the 49-yard line. Backs in the backfield. Heidinger, Blanford, and Colbert. The handoff to Heidinger, the fullback, and Dan Heidinger to the right side. The flip goes deep into the backfield to Dan Blanford, and Blanford following Hosig and Colbert across out wide to the left side. Ray hasn't caught a pass today. Osborne rolls to the near side, lets it go, intended for his tight end Rob Parrish, but broke. Washington comes wide to the left, Ray wide to the right. Osborne back, throws down the sideline. Frank Ray catches it on his knees on the sideline, bending out of that. 6 earlier in a game. Osborne rolls to the near side, throws it over the middle, knocked around. It is intercepted. Ball pulled out of the air by Tom Bolton. Bolton trying to find some place to run is going to be dropped at about Stewart wide right, Sanders wide left, and he takes a 7-step drop to put it in the air, has some pressure and underthrow. The Broncos. But we have an unsportsmanlike side nearest us. Sanders goes wide to the left side. And Hansen. Bob Bolton. Bolton was a defensive player a year ago. Pogue back, floats it over the middle, and has it complete to his tight end. It's completion of the day. Flip goes deep into the I formation to Brian Muschel, and Muschel comes to the right side, turns it across the 50-yard line, and was late getting to his position, flanked way wide to the right side. Pogue back, has some time, throws it down the sideline, intended for Sanders. He can't pull it inside the 20. Back in the backfield with Bolton split now, and the Broncos show blitz. Step in, step back. Pogue getting some pressure from Pissinger, lets it go to the far side. Del Richmond back there defending. Betts on the left side. And some movement over here on the near side. Flag goes down. Pogue with some time this time to throw. Now the protection breaks down. He is under the heat and lets it go. It is incomplete. The 47-yard line, and Pogue going to go on top again. Fires it out in the flat on the far side, intended for Stewart. He will have double coverage over there. Lionel Washington on the near side. Back stacked in the I formation, and Clint Hosig will get the call, and Hosig will pick up 2. Down off to the right, they stand inside their own 10-yard line. It's a Sailor coming right down the hash mark, and Tom Lee has to go off his fingertips and through the end zone, and now Clint Hosig and Tom Lee are the running backs. Lionel Washington and Frank Ray, the wide receivers, as we start the third quarter. The handoff right up the middle to Clint Hosick, and Hosick goes wide to the right, the short side of the field, as Mike Osborne barks out signals on 2nd down and 10. Gives it to Tommy Lee, and Lee tries the right side and gets made. He slides out to the left nearest us, looking once, looking twice, throws it back underneath, and it was intended again for his... Osborne tried to throw it back behind him to Perry's trailing, and pass was incomplete. So Dana should get it near midfield as Fisher takes the snap, hangs it up in the air, the wind catches it and stops it. It's going to drop back down inside of the 35-yard line and be Hastings into the field. Pogue going to go in the air real quick, and flags are going to go down. Eugene Pesinger was on the rush. The official on the left side. In fact, puts Stewart in a slot on the left side. Straight drop out of the backfield. Leads to Hanson, and Hanson is hit by Richard Bridges as he gets back. He's got Sanders wide left and out to the near side. Bruce Stewart down the line on the option. Gives the ball off to Bolton, and Bolton picks his way left side. Back split in the backfield behind Alan Pogue on 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards to go. Handoff is faked up the middle. Throw over the middle to Brian Dom. Play back to the I formation, and Pogue going to throw once again. Rolls left, and Richard Bridges from behind. And they're going to call it an incompleted pass. The call is here. The officials trying to find a place to put the football down. And it is going to be down inside 10-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for Dana inside the 10. And no call from the official. There has not been a signal from the official as to what the call is. Another 9. And Pogue rolling left, tucks it in, cuts it up, and he gets across the line of scrimmage and will pick up a couple of 3 yards. Pogue with both Sanders and Stewart wide to the left side away from us. Alan Pogue rolls that way. Again, Pesinger on the pressure. They push him away, and Alan Pogue trying to find some place to go. And on 3rd down and goal, Pogue has him up at the 7-yard line. Stewart starts in motion. They fake the handoff. Pogue throwing over the middle. It is incomplete. It was 7.5-yard line. Back split in the backfield. 2 tight ends. Stewart wide to the right side. Pogue straight back. Has some time. Now the protection breaks down. Comes up throwing. It's incomplete. Move it a few yards. The Broncos didn't move it at all the last time they had it. So Mike Osborne calling out signals on 1st down and 10 from his own 8. Gives it on a slant to Hosick, and Hosick has some running room. He's across the 20, 25, 30, out to the 40, 45. He's across midfield. They're zeroing in on him. He beats one. He's inside the 20, down to the 10, 5. Touchdown, Clint Hosick, 92-yard run. Clint, kind of a strange look with the fullback now is Matt Colbert. Dan Blanford, the tailback. Lionel Washington in motion out of the slot on the left side. So Osborne, long time at the line of scrimmage, fumbles the snap from center, recovered by Dana, and the 2. Good night. Good night is up, though. And Gonzalez with his toe into it, and across the top of the ground, it bounces off of a couple of Vikings, and it is covered up by Brian Betts. Dana will outside. Bruce Stewart comes wide to the right side. The 2-back split behind Pogue. The handoff to Bolton, and Bolton straight ahead over his right guard. Is into the backfield now with Bolton as they set split behind Alan Pogue. The Broncos, a lot of people up on the line of scrimmage. Bolton gets the call again. Left side, slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then is dropped by the air with the Big Red Big 8 preview at 5:45. So we'll join us for that one. Pogue up to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Runs down the line on the option and is wrapped up by Bob Neville back at the 40, or back at the 50-yard line. So Betts punted away, and back deep, Frank Ray to receive. With the wind, it's nearly blocked by Bob Neville. Ball bounces. Ray lets it go into the end zone, and the Broncos will take over first. The fullback in the I formation. Ray goes wide to the right side. Lionel Washington comes out wide to the left side, and the handoff to Dan Heidinger. And Heidinger, Ray, the lone wide receiver, splits out wide to the left side nearest us. And the power in the backfield also to the left side. Danny Blanford gets the call, starts left, cuts it back against the grain toward the bench. McColbert split way wide a little bit out of the power I. And Mike Osborne. The Broncos score in the second half. Dana shows blitz as Osborne changes up at the line of scrimmage and gives the ball to Blanford. Blanford slides along the line left side and moves the ball out to the right side. Wide gap offensive line. Handoff to Heidinger up the middle. Bounces off of one would-be tackler and then gets forward to about Colbert, the power back, the freshman from St. Cecilia High School, lined up to the right side of the I formation. And the handoff goes to Blanford. Blanford lost the football. It's loose on the ground and recovered by Dana, jumping on the loose foot as Pogue brings the club to the line of scrimmage. The Broncos show blitz, and there's whistles and flags, and Alan H. Jones this afternoon. And on first down and 15, Alan Pogue calling signals. Has some time. Lets it go down the far side. It is incomplete, intended for tight end Bob Bolton. And I don't want to be the bearer of any bad tidings, but the mist has suddenly turned white. With the football, Bob Bolton 10 yards. That's the short side of the field away from us as Alan Pogue hands the ball off, or fakes the handoff up the middle, drops back to throw, lets it go over the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Pogue. As the first snowfall, you would have been right. Pogue back over the middle and completes it to Brian Betts out of the back. Up a first down, keep us drive alive. Flip goes deep to Hanson, and Hanson trying to get wide to the far side is tripped up by Bobby Neville. Out wide to the right sideline of Washington, Frank Ray comes wide left. As the Broncos stacked in the I formation, and Tom Lee gets the call. Lee trying the right side of the field away from us, and Washington comes wide to the left, and Osborne going to throw. Hasn't thrown much here in the second half. Throws on the run. It is incomplete, intended for Lionel. Both Lionel Washington and Tom Lee come way wide to the left side nearest us, the wide side of the field. Osborne on third down delay up the middle to Heidinger, and Heidinger bounces off of the tackler at the line of scrimmage and gets forward to the snow or sleet or whatever it is in the air is blowing straight horizontally. And Fisher's putting right into it. He puts it up, kind of hangs it for a while. It hits on the 50, takes a Bronco bounce inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard. Down at 10 at the 42-yard line for Alan Pogue and company. Brian Hanson goes in motion out of the backfield to the far side. Nobody's there to flip the ball to. Dan Malaconi coming on the Broncos with a 16-point advantage, 19-3. And Alan Pogue on second down and long flips it to Muschel. Muschel trying to get wide to the left side, and Malaconi wraps him up, and then up comes Bobby Neville. And Michelle goes into the slot on the left side. Stewart comes wide to the right as Pogue goes straight back. Has time, lets it go over the middle. It is incomplete, knocked out of the air. Runs out. He'll have the wind to his back to punt it here in the third period. It is a good kick, end over ender, and Frank Ray steps back to take it just outside the 20-yard line, looking for a block. Gets to the near side, now runs out of blocker, slips a tackle, loses the football. It is on the ground, and the Broncos have it back. And they line up with a full house backfield, T formation behind. Raul Salgado now in at quarterback. And Salgado gives it up the middle to Heidinger, and Heidinger picks his way on second down and 6 yards to go. Lee shifting to the deep back in the I formation. A long count at the line of scrimmage. Heidinger, the call again, is spun around as he picks up a yard. Salgado on 3rd and 5. Washington wide left. Ray comes wide to the right side, and Salgado rolls out to the right. Has Klein in front of him. Klein with a block. Salgado will keep it. Slips a tackle. He's across the 40. Down the sideline and run out of bounds near the wide side of the field away from us. Washington comes wide to the right side. Frank Ray having trouble hearing. The flip goes deep in the I formation to Tom Lee. Lee bangs into the line. He's going to pick up a yard. That's going to be about, again, same formation. Frank Ray wide to the left. Washington comes wide to the right side. Rob Parrish is the tight end on the near side as well. Hosick and Lee stacked in the eye. Salgado changes it up, line of scrimmage. Gives the ball off to Clint Hosick, and Hosick, big hole up the middle, and he rambles down inside of the 40 of the 36-yard line for Raul Salgado and the Broncos. And the back stacked in the I formation. Salgado to Hosick again, and Hosick picks his way for a couple of 3 yards. Washington comes wide to the right side. Hosick and Lee stacked in the I formation behind Raul Salgado. Dan Crick awaits the count. The snap, and Tom Lee gets the call, follows Hosick, gets a big block from Clint Hosick, and he's down in. Matt Colbert checks in at the tailback spot. He lines up behind Hosick. Salgado goes to Colbert, and Colbert bangs inside, does a 360, and picks up a couple of more yards. Back now. Hosick and Colbert stacked in the eye. Blanford, the power back. Ray split out wide to the left side as Salgado on second down and 7. Gives it on a counter back to Danny Blanford, coming to the near side. Gets a pretty good block in there and picks up the ball at the 14. Hosick and Colbert stacked in the eye. Blanford moves out on the wing, right side. They hand off to Matt Colbert. Colbert powers his way inside. They twist him around. It'll come from the right side hash mark. Ball is down by Ray. The kick is up. It is good by Terry Fisher, a 30. The Broncos with now a 22-3 advantage. as Gonzalez puts it in the air. It's going to be taken by Tom Bolton at about the 15-yard line. Heads to the far side of the field, back to the 20. Gets to the corner, and then he is greeted, slips away. He's out across the 30 and out to the 35-yard line. And the coaching staff for Dana becoming very animated on the far. 8:23 showing. Broncos show blitz to Alan Pogue. Stewart wide to the right side. Sanders comes wide to the near side. Hanson gets the call, and Hanson and Dave Carpenter work in the middle. It is second down and 8 yards to go as Hanson picked up a couple. Moved it out close to the 40-yard line. They hand off to Hanson again, and he's wrapped up again by Brian Miller. Miller slowed him down, and then Scott Weber came 3 advantage, and now yards to go from just outside the 40-yard line. Stewart wide to the right, Sanders wide to the left. Handoff faked up the middle, and Pogue rolls out, and there's nobody out there, so he's going to run. He's to the 45 and gets out near midfield, and he'll have a first down. Dave Carpenter ran him down, wide to the left, back split in the backfield. Pogue straight back, has time, lets it go, and it is complete to Bruce Stewart down at the 49 or 41-yard line. Same formation, Sanders wide to the left nearest us, Stewart wide to the right, and Pogue gives the ball off to Michelle deep in the backfield. Michelle tries the right side, and again, Miller and Weber combined for like conduct against the Broncos. Will go 228 right side, so Alan Pogue. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line for Dana. Fakes the handoff up the middle, rolls to his left, has some time, tucks it back in, goes back to the right against the grain, looking for some place to run, and gets it down inside the 20-yard line. Wide receiver, Sanders right side. Stewart comes out wide, the left side nearest us. The handoff goes up the middle to Bolton, and Bolton is submarined by Scott Lemick, and Lemick all afternoon they have stood straight out all day today with this win. Pogue back, has some time, Hepp on him, and Hepp grabs him as he lets it go, and it goes incomplete. Pogue has him up out of the I formation. Michelle deep in the I, and he will get the call. Following Bolton right side. Bolton with a big block, and Michelle with the first down to the 10-yard line. Alan Pogue once again to Michelle. Michelle heads to the right, turns the corner, and on first and goal from the 9-yard line, picks up heat back in the I formation. Receiver split wide to the right side. Pogue to Michelle again. They work it to the right side, and he is drilled by Richard Bridges. Goes wide to the right, back stacked in the I formation. Broncos Dave Carpenter shows blitz and backs out. Pogue flips it deep to Michelle, and Michelle busts the tackle in the backfield, has one man to beat on the corner. Ball is knocked loose. It's in the end zone, recovered by the Broncos. Loose in the end zone, and Richard Bridges. Warriors. Craig Cromer in the ball game now as he split out wide to the left side. Jay Thede in a tight end. New running back Salgado on the Stafford center. Ball pops loose, but will stop at center now as Salgado calls signals, gives the ball off to Clint Hosick, and Hosick and Colbert stacked in the I formation. Bud Carroll's flanked out way wide to the right side. Whistles blow, too much time. Down to a minute 50-yard run by Tom Lee. Let the defense hold for the final minute and 50 seconds. So Fisher will get it away. Fisher with a 50-yarder, his longest of the season a week ago against Northwestern. Gets a pretty good snap. Puts this one up and sails it across midfield back to the 40-yard line where it is taken by Tom Bolton. Bolton looking for some place to run, is tripped up by Eugene Pissinger. As wide to the right side, 2 tight ends, and Pogue want to put it in the air. Looks long, now goes down the right sideline, intended for Sanders, and it is broken up. Sanders was well covered down the side. Seeing action for the first time. Absolutely the first time. They don't even have any mud on the top of their shoes. Michelle, the ball carrier, gets to the far corner, and Budnick drills him. Far side. As the outside linebacker on the right side, nearest us. As Alan Pogue gives it to Michelle again, tries the right side, and Thompson grabs him as he goes by, and then gets some help. We'll go for it. And Pogue, out of the I formation, fakes it to Michelle. The left-hander rolls a little bit, throws it to the near sideline, and completes it at the 45-yard line to Paul Sanders. He's in motion to the far side as Pogue back one more time. Fires a bullet that goes incomplete at the 35-yard line, and that's the ball.